Greetings, YouTube. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We are back playing the Farming Simulator 25, and we are mowing. Yep, our new field is right over yonder somewhere. New to Farm Sim, does the MacDon mower give a yield bonus to, or just the header? So I'm not sure whether it's the header or the MacDon itself. I don't know that you can use this header on anything else. I don't know, never tried. I do know that if you get the step up MacDon, and I'm gonna have to stop. I had to show you. So if you go into the area where the MacDon is, right there, you get the MacDon, you get the more expensive one. So you get the one with higher horsepower. I think it has to be the bigger one. So there's one for 135 and there's one for 170. So I would say it's probably the MacDon itself. You get the bigger one. You can go faster with it in the field, right? So I think you get it's a 10% bonus with the MacDon grass mower, and then if you do the merging, it's a, what is it, 25%? I think. You use this right here. This is the merger. Get a 25% yield bonus if you decide you want to merge the crop. But then you got to go back and pick it up with the other MacDon header. There it is. So you have to get this for the combine. So you still have to run the combine even after you run the merger. But you pick up the rows with this. So, and that's where you get your, if you swath it, you get your 25% yield bonus. With this, with the grass part, this gives a 10% yield bonus. Dr. Pepper. What was that big map called? One that had all the different kinds of productions in it early on. It was a huge map. Bet Sean knows the name of it. Something, I want to say county, maybe? Wasn't county line. This was in Farming Simulator, I want to say it was 15 or 17.
Is that the one that had like the sheetrock, the lumber, and you had to build, that John played?
Yeah, I think he played it.
Pleasant? Was it Pleasant View?
No, I don't think so. It wasn't Wild West, Trent. It was the other one. It was the big one that you could do, like, Oreos, and it had Taco Bell in it, and it had, you could do Pizza Hut stuff, you could do all that. Pleasant Valley.
Pleasant Valley, there you go.
Yeah. Pleasant Valley, that's it. It had a train that went round and round, too. We broke that map, too.
That's a map you need a couple players on. There's too much to do on that map.
Oh, yeah, we broke that map, too. We turned, you know how the map had billboards all around it? We played that map so hard we turned all the billboards white. They all went white. Just completely blank. Yeah, Pleasant Valley.
I think think they brought that map back in 22 too.
I don't remember it. It had some issues. I know I remember, but it had the. I think that was the first one that really kind of delved into like the mining stuff. Because it had, I want to say there was a Pleasant View and there was a Pleasant View 4X, and we played the big one. The big one. Extremely dangerous. Keep out of reach of children. Cool. Hey, where's that wimpy cowboy doll? Yes, I've always wanted to put a spaceman in orbit. Those maps, the mappers trying to do too much with farm sim. Yeah. I don't know. It kind of, yeah. I would say I would like to see more content. And I know there's, all kinds of like licensing issues and stuff like that, so you couldn't use like name brand stuff like Oreos or Taco Bell or anything like that. But they could come up with their own name for stuff to use in the game. And I mean, you think about as far as productions go, the sky's the limit. They could bring in, when they do finally bring in orchards, and I think they will bring in orchards someday. It's gonna happen. They're gonna bring in apple trees. They're gonna bring in lemon trees. They're gonna bring in, probably pear trees and fig trees and cherry trees and orange trees, and the sky's the limit there. And you think about everything you can make with that. You can make almost any kind of pie. And there's a lot of other berries that they could bring in too. They have strawberries in the greenhouses right now. They can bring in blueberries. They can bring in blackberries. They can bring in snozberries. They can bring in. No, they probably won't bring in snozberries. That one's probably copyrighted by who did that? Was it Warner Brothers or was it Fox? I want to say that was Warner Brothers, or they bought the rights to it. Snozberries. Who's ever heard of a snozberry? We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams. But yeah, you think about it. I mean, just blueberry pies, apple pies. You could do cobblers. You could do apple butter. They'll bring in peanuts eventually. Do peanut butter. You can do pecan pies with a pecan tree. I mean, this. No limit on what they could do. All they gotta do is change it to like, some other kind of name. Something besides lizard. I don't know that you would want to eat a lizard pie. It'd be kind of gross. But they did finally bring potato chips in. keep stopping because I keep hearing something. I think it's my Dr. Pepper. It's coming through my headphones, which it's coming through the microphone, and it's making like a. It's the fizz sound coming from the carbonation in the can. And I'm like, what is that sound? I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. It's very subtle. It almost sounds like almost sounds like Rice Krispies a little bit. Alright. Hey look, a straw bale. I gotta get this other end down here. CM Gaming, thank you for the raid. Did CM stand for command module? Back in the day, CM used to stand for command module. At least in my vocabulary. You know what? The mower, it actually used to. It would only mow the, like, seeded crops. So, like, wheat, canola, I think canola. Wheat, definitely wheat and barley. Those are the only crops that it would mow down. I haven't tried it in 25 yet. I don't know, maybe they took it out. And they may have deactivated it before, but at one point, you had to be careful. They also used to have it to where you could, when you drove through your neighbor's crop, or even the grass, if it wasn't yours when you drove through it, it had crop destruction turned on, and they did away with that. Now, granted, you can turn crop destruction on for your own crops, but I think the grass, as far as like driving over the grass, So like if I turned my mower off and I drove through this right here, this would have crop destruction on it. They did away with that. They briefly had that for, gosh, which one was that? Was that Farming Simulator 22? Or was it 19? They briefly had that, and then they did away with it. At least for the grass. And you can turn it on and off for 22 and 25 here. You're mowing through soybeans and it's not mowing them. Yeah, I think they turned that off. I don't think you can actually do that anymore. I don't have any crops around that I can actually show that. Field. I'll probably come back and hit these edges here. I mowed the side ditches too. I mowed them all over there on that other field. I got another actual grass field over here. I'm gonna try to get it cut and come back and probably, what I'm probably gonna do is plow these out and either reseed them with grass or do a crop in them.
Did you want the field that you're mowing now made into hay or?
No, we can do silage over here. Only one to do in hay would probably be that big one over there. This one I don't think is even grass rolled. Nope. So this, when I cut it, it's got the underlying fertilization, the first fertilization state. It always keeps that first stage on the grass. And then we'll do the grass roller and put the second stage on it. I cut a bunch of trees over here. There was a cluster of trees over here on this corner over there. Right where the grass is, where there's not any seeded grass over there.
Yeah, you cut them all down, huh?
Mm-hmm. Can't really see a red line, but it's there. Morning, Positive Pizza Power. How's it going? Hope there's no stumps out here. Just chilling, about to play some farm sim. Sounds like a plan. That's the dust. Everybody wants me to eat their food today.
What do you mean by that?
In the past hour, I've gotten a message from Sonic, McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Dominoes, and some of them are pretty good deals.
Let me take a wild guess. You're going with Domino's.
Well, I've got leftover Dominoes in the fridge in there, so that's probably what I'm gonna go with. Yeah.
Well, half right.
Yeah, I got. Let's see. I've got. I think 4 slices, so half a medium pizza of the stuffed crust Dominoes left in there. So I'll eat 2 for lunch, and probably a couple for supper. I do hate that Sonic got rid of the Junior uh, Deluxe cheeseburger. I don't think it was called Deluxe, but they had a junior. They have the Sonic Burger cheeseburger, which has lettuce, tomato, pickles, onions, cheese, all that on it. Um, so that's the Sonic burger. But they had a junior one, so it's like a Whopper and a junior Whopper. So they had a junior Sonic burger that had tomato, lettuce, onions, all that stuff on there. It was just a little smaller, but it was on the $1.99 menu.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all, and they have great burgers, and that's what I had been getting. But they took it completely off the menu. It's not even like on the $1.99 menu anymore. Now they got a chicken sandwich on there, which they have a chipotle chicken sandwich, which chipotle means it's hot, right?
Oh yeah.
So they have that on there that has tomato and lettuce and all that, and then they have a regular chicken sandwich which just has mayo, pickles, and lettuce on it. So that's on the $1.99 menu now instead of the cheeseburger, which is better. I mean, I think it's better than a McChicken, which is the comparison at McDonald's that would compare with that. But the McChicken at McDonald's, they want $2.69 for that thing now.
Yes.
Same as a cheeseburger. They want $2.69. Ain't happening. Gone are the days of the dollar menu. Everything just keeps going up, and I have a feeling it's gonna probably keep going up. I have to go back to the days of eating bologna, cheese, and ketchup.
Yeah.
Make my own sandwich at home.
Well, that's the thing around. I usually around here try to find the best deals. If you can get 2 loaves of bread for like 2 for 4 or 2 for 2.
Mm-hmm. Lady at work turned me on to this brioche bread. It's I think it's Sara Lee, so that you know it's good because nobody doesn't like Sara Lee. Uh, but it's this brioche bread. It's like really, I don't know how to describe it. It's like high quality and um thicker, but it's pretty good. If I wanted a high quality sandwich, I'd probably have to pick the brioche bread. Other than that, I'll get the cheap honey wheat or something like that, because I can get a longer loaf of it for less money.
I'll stick with my Wonder Bread.
Yeah. I've tried the other ones. I've tried Nature Valley and all of them. Sara Lee seems to be as far as quality goes, it seems to be the higher quality to me anyway. I've had Sunbeam, I've had Wonder's good, but I don't know, the Sara Lee just to me it seems to be the best one around here.
Now, like my grocery store, they do like a homemade Italian bread.
Oh yeah,
I'll do that for like lunch meat. If I want a lunch meat sandwich, that's what I'll get.
sounds like ours. Ours does. They'll do the special bread. They'll do the meats. Um, they do a little bit of everything. They've even got a what do you call it? The Japanese like sushi and stuff like
Sushi
that.
bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They even got that stuff in there, and that ain't bad.
One of our grocery stores has that around here. It's I'm not into sushi, so it's not gonna happen for me.
I'm not into the raw sushi. I like the cooked stuff that they put in the rolls with the rice around it.
Uh, was it California roll or something like
Mm-hmm.
that?
California roll. They got a cowboy roll. They got one that's what's the name of that one? Something dog. I don't think it's made out of dog. I hope it's not, but it's pretty good. Something dog.
It's not dog on the stick, is it?
No, no. We got rat on a stick from one of the Chinese places, so we're good there. That's the weirdest thing too. The chicken on a stick that they have, it's stretchy. Like it right word. It's kind of rubber bandery when you bite into it and try to bite it off the stick. It stretches. I've never seen chicken stretch like that.
That's because it's not chicken; it's
Yeah,
cat.
it's cat or rat. Yeah. You like Sunbeam? Yeah. I've had them. They all have their own unique taste. But yeah, it's I mean I'm one of the ladies at work has Sunbeam. She brings Sunbeam to work. So I've had the Sunbeam. I'll eat any kind of bread really. You don't like wheat bread? Ah, I like wheat bread. Now, if it's like that type of wheat bread that is that has all the grains on top of it, you know what I'm talking about? I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather have a fine wheat bread than the wheat bread where you can see like the grain on top of it.
See, I don't know about you, but for certain things, I do certain breads. Like if I'm gonna do French toast,
Mm-hmm.
it's the Texas bread. I mean,
Oh yeah,
that's what I get.
yeah.
Munch meats Italian bread. Wonder breads for peanut butter and jelly.
Let's see, if I'm eating Italian, if I'm doing the like spaghetti or lasagna or something like that, I'll just buy. I won't even buy like a loaf. I'll just buy the frozen Texas, or what is it called? Texas toast, but it's garlic bread.
Oh yeah.
I'll just buy that and stick it in the oven. I do like the cinnamon raisin bread. Very, very, very small loaf. Probably costs more than a regular loaf, but every now and then I'll get a hankering for that cinnamon raisin bread. Very good. Put some butter on it. Mm-hmm. Put it in the microwave to heat it up, and then put some butter on it. Let the butter melt on it. Mm, good stuff.
See, now I'm getting hungry.
Mm-hmm. Me too. We got an hour. We got an hour. I'm gonna keep sipping on my Dr. Pepper over here unless I'm out. Let's see, which line? I'll go with this line.
I'll
Out
tell
of
you what, I can't wait for the weather to change. It was 32 degrees here this morning.
ouch.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Ours hasn't been bad. Ours has been right now. Our highs are in the 70s and our lows are like 50s, 60s. We're supposed to get up to 80 this week. Back up to 80. I wish
My
it
niece,
was a
th-
less humid 80.
my niece thinks it's funny. She calls me from Arizona,
Oh
and I
yeah,
tell her it's like, oh, it's 40 degrees here. She goes, it's like 100 here. I'm like, really?
but it's different there.
Oh yeah, it's a lot different.
Yeah, and a lot of people will make fun of you if you call it a dry heat, but that's literally what it is. It's they don't have the humidity that we have here. Because the humidity, you literally could, if you had a, was that the dehumidifier, you could literally pull gallons of water out of the air.
Oh yeah, and it's really worse if you live around like a lake or
Mm-hmm.
a river or something like that. Oh,
Which we have all of the above: lakes and rivers and ponds and everything. Oh my! Just about got it. Go for those other fields. That one need it? Yep. And it's got crop. Oh, nope. Now KFC wants me to eat there. Nope. Gotta turn. Gotta turn. Alright, got one more field to fertilize. At least for the first stage. After this, I've got some spots around some of these fields that I want to make a few small changes. And to do that, we need a tractor that's a little bit smaller than what we've got as far as the plow goes. And I've got one in mind. And it's not green. Everybody just went, "What? It's not green? What color is it?"
Well, if it's the one I'm thinking about, which I hope so, it's gonna be a nice addition.
What color are you thinking?
Thinking red.
Yep. Thinking it's the one that I put in the drive?
Think so.
You would be correct. Plus, I've got a implement for it too. So, just think it'd be better to use that because trying to create a field with the big one that we had fabricated for us. That's the story I'm going with anyway. Um, it's a little bit much. Positive pizza sour. I almost said positive pizza sour. Positive pizza power says hi, oh man.
Hello. Yeah, here, well, I could be here for a couple of Sundays.
That when you go back.
I go back to the doctor on September, um, April 30th. But they originally had me out until May 19th.
Think they'll release you then?
I'm hoping he releases me on April 30th, but the plan is May 19th.
Mm. I remember they wouldn't release me for a long time. They wouldn't even let me drive.
You had a lot more than I did.
Yeah, but I mean, months after having that done, though, I mean, I was ready. I was ready months before they even said, no. And then, well, here's what happened. I had another appointment with them. And normally, my brother had been driving me to the appointments. Well, he couldn't make it that day. So I'm like, I can drive it. It's okay. So, technically, I was not supposed to be driving yet. I go in the office, I sit down, they start asking me the questions. And the lady asking me the questions says, "Where's your brother?" I was like, "Oh, he couldn't make it today." And she was like, "Oh." She goes, "Did you drive?" I was like, "Not to your knowledge."
She probably wasn't happy with you, was she?
She laughed at what I said, but then she shook her head and was like, uh, okay. So she told the doctor, and the doctor was like, he drove. He said, "You didn't have any problems, no issues?" I was like, "Nope, never have." And he said, "Yeah, you're okay."
Yeah, I think I wasn't allowed to drive for the first 2 or 3 days, and I think that's just to get all that, you know, the anesthesia stuff out of your system and everything.
Yeah, when I had my heart cath, they wouldn't let me drive that day, but I was cleared the next day, and that was because of the anesthesia they gave me. All right, let's go buy a tractor. First, let's take out some money. We need more money. More money.
I'll tell you what, when I was coming out of it, they had me stand up. I know I passed out, and they were saying something about catamine.
Ketamine?
Yeah,
That's a
that's
very powerful sedative. Very powerful.
well, that's what they had in me.
Yeah, that's a very, very strong sedative. I stood up. I had to lay on flat on my back for 4 hours after I had my heart cath. I said, look, I was like, y'all gonna have to bring me a like urinal to the bed or let me go up and go pee because I cannot hold it anymore. I got up, go to the bathroom, and I'm doing the business, doing the deed, and all of a sudden that feels like I'm wetting down my leg. It wasn't that. It was
Oh,
apparently blood from where they did the incision or did the thing where they went in because they go in your groin, to do that.
oh yeah. Well,
And yeah, I was like,
isn't
oh
it?
boy.
Isn't it the? Isn't it that they can go into your wrist or their groin?
They can't do the part of my heart through the wrist. They had to go through the
Okay.
groin. So yeah, I was like, oh man. So I pressed the button. They have a button in there in the bathroom. So I pressed the button. I was like, hey, yeah, can you call housekeeping? I was like, I made a little bit of a mess with a little bit of blood here. And she's like, oh my God. She goes, come on, we'll take you back to your room. So she walked me back to my room and she called the doctor and they're like, we're going to keep you overnight. I'm like, no, no.
Well, on that note, I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So we are going to get a tractor and I'm trying to remember where it's at. I think it's a medium tractor. There it is. Right there. So this is the 5088. This is by Farm Hub. Got this off of his itch IO. So now I just got to set it up. There is a turbo version where you can get 235 horsepower. So I'm going to do that. You get three different brand of tires that you can do. Wheel setup. I'm thinking I'm going to probably put the duals on there. You can put these front. Um, you can do either the really small, older, skinny wheels on the front. You can put some thicker wheels on the front, or you can do those. That's kind of old school right there. I would say those. Let's see, weights. Yeah, you can put the bracket on there. Let's see, where not that. You can do a front loader on this too. I have not found a suitable front loader for this. You can put front fenders on it too, but I think that's if you have the other wheels on it. Yeah, that's for the 4-wheel drive only. Let's see. Actually, we might need the 4-wheel drive since we're gonna be plowing with this. still do the duals on the back. Let's see. The monitor, we'll do all of them. That puts GPS thing on the top and the monitors in the cab. So, the mirrors, we'll do the old school. You can do the retro mirror style. And since we have the duals on there, there's the stock mirror. But since we have the duals on there, we'll do that. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do those hazard lights. You can either do that or we'll do that. We'll do those since we have the duals on the back. Front loader attacher. So there's the stole one you can put on it. I haven't found any stole stuff yet. There's a is that the 890 loader? Yeah, I have not found the 890 loader yet. That is the loader that came with whose tractor was that? Was it JCL's 8900 case? I have not found that for 25, and I haven't seen anywhere where he has converted it. There might be a like a pirated version of it out there somewhere, but I have not found his that is actually his. So as soon as he releases that, if he does, I might consider putting the 890 on it. But as far as I know, I have not seen his 890 loader.
I'm back.
Welcome back. All right, there's our tractor. So let me buy that. That's not bad for the price either. $47,850. And then I've got one more piece of equipment to get with it. Trying to remember where it's at. I think it's under subsoilers. Yep, there it is. The Case International. It's a subsoil. It's a plow technically. Does the same thing. So you can change the logo on it. I like this one because it puts the old school Case logo up on the 3-point hitch up there. So rim colors. The old school international stuff had white, but it also had red. Not that red. That's orange. Maybe that one. What color were the rims on the tractor? Now, you know what? I'm just going to do red. That is actually Massey red, but I think Massey red matches the older international equipment color. If you do Case looks too dark to me. So that, to me, it looks like that one matches closer to the body of the plow itself. So, all right. Here's our tractor. And we can use this for other stuff too. We can use this for tedding, wrapping, you know, stuff like that. It might even, I don't know, how much horsepower does that baler require?
The baler?
Yeah. This is 235.
Requires 350.
Yeah, now this won't work on the baler. But it will work on the tedder, the wrapper. Got a CB radio inside. Nice little old red. The rim colors on the tractor are actually I think they're silver in the game. You try to match it up to the color. Straighten this back edge too while I'm at it. Lined up here. Rest is a cakewalk. Always about getting that outer edge first, where you have to kind of focus and pay attention. But now that we have the enhanced vehicle mod, and we can use that GPS to help us create fields, it's pretty much a breeze. Goes 6 going that way, so we'll bring that down to 6. Really, it's 7. I'm going to set it on 7 for this plow. Well, maybe upper 6. Not lower 6. It's got to be upper 6. Upper 6. Alright. Yeah, that. Look at it here. Yeah, definitely a straighter edge there, so that's nice. Alright. Move along, move along. This is the number is 5488 Turbo. Very nice tractor. I like these. I like the older school tractors. Need to find like a 4440 or something like that. There were some pretty nice ones in 22. Can I push that back with the plow? Guess not. Oop, come over. Doesn't quite line up. No positive pizza power. No, no, no. No. He said he thinks we should do a bail challenge again.
What?
Positive pizza power says he thinks we should do a bail challenge again.
Hashtag never again?
Never again. That's probably what gave me my heart attack. All the stress. I like to enjoy the peacefulness of the farming. Creating new fields, making popcorn. We can actually make pizza now too again. That's actually one of the reasons why I decided to start playing Alma again. Because I want to make pizza and popcorn. But I like them both.
That wasn't positive pizza. That was Big Dog.
Who said that? Oh, that was Big Dog. Y'all's, in my chat, y'all's things are the same color. Your names. Yeah, no, Big Dog, no.
No more challenges.
No more.
Well, no more bail challenge.
No more bad challenge. We might make a lot of pizzas or popcorn or something like that.
Gotta make the butter popcorn before the update.
Oh yeah. Lock in that price tag before the tariffs kick in. You would never challenge that on anybody. The fact is, we can say we did it. You guys did it, but at what cost? Well, I don't know about you, old man, but I had a heart attack. What do you have? Threw your back out or something?
Yeah, I threw my back out.
Lifting them bales?
Sitting in a chair for hours upon hours.
Alright, got that taken care of.
I got the perfect challenge for us, Matt. It's
Yeah?
called the Most Relaxing Farming Simulator Challenge.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Let's see. You know, I'm not gonna do that one because it does have crop in it right now. We're just gonna hold off on that one until we harvest that. I am gonna go down and fix this grass field down here. turn the thing back on. That's a nice thing. We turn it off. I'm just gonna try to round these corners out. Expand it a little bit. Oh look, there's old man on the horse.
Told you. Relaxing.
Yeah.
But the only horse I can get on now.
Yeah. Round that one out a little better. Okay. Alright. I think the rest of this is okay. Yeah, the rest of this is okay. So I'll work on bales and bringing in. I'm probably gonna bring in and plant. We know we need a field of soybeans. Which big fields do we have? I would say either that one there behind the horse thing or that one over there. And then we'll do corn probably down here. We're gonna have plenty of oats because these fields, these big fields over here, they're in oats. So, plus we got that one in oats. We got plenty of oats. We need corn. Guess we could do some more wheat. What all do our productions need, I wonder, when we get to that point? All right. Go traveling to town and see what all our productions need. Well, you can't really. Can you tell? I think I can tell from here. Yeah, here we go. So pies. We can make pies. We can make apple pie. Oh, do you need to make apple pie? I'm assuming that the greenhouses is probably where you get your apples. Flour, sugar, milk, eggs, butter, and apples. And then for the popcorn, you need. Or no, wait, that's the corn dryer. Where's popcorn at? There's the dairy. There's the grain mill. So the ketchup production just needs water and tomatoes. We can take care of that with the thing. There's the pizzeria. So we need flour. So we need to do wheat. We need ketchup and we need cheese. Wonder if you can use goat cheese or if it has to be regular cheese. I bet it has to be regular cheese. There's the popcorn. So we need dried corn and butter for that one. And then just dried corn. So we definitely need to plant some corn. Okay, and then we can take all our wool to the tailor shop when we get to that point. All right, so that's gonna do it for today. We had a pretty productive day here on Alma, Missouri. That looks like a good shot to end with right there. All right, old man, thanks for joining.
No problem.
Until the next time, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Grain Arcade. We'll see y'all later. Have a good rest of your weekend, everybody.
You too.